welcome into the LFC transfer room. Myself, Jack, Ritchie to my right, I believe, and Matty to my left for another Red or Dead here on the channel. Ahead of the Aston Villa versus Liverpool match. Two reigning champions, actually, very interestingly. Ritchie, most occurring one 3 in a row before he wasn't able to join us for the last one, and then Matty last time out beating Chedu. Quite a while ago, so it's been a break in Red or Dead, but we got a very tasty matchup, I can tell. But boys, how are we feeling this morning?
Not so popular.
Well, poor old Matty looks tired, so hopefully I'll capitalise on being out of bed at 6 a.m. with my daughter.
Yeah, that will be a definite advantage for you. Early here when we're recording this in the morning, ahead of the Villa game. Early for me in the United States, but a decent time for you guys. But obviously, the Aston Villa game is what we're going to be talking about today. But some rules if you're making this your first time watching Red or Dead. Essentially, it's a 5-question game show. And I'm going to pose a question, either Villa favored or Liverpool favored, to these guys. And they'll choose, am I red? Am I going to choose a Liverpool favorite option? Or am I dead? And in 30 seconds, you have to argue why that is the correct option. And as always, there probably will be a probably more correct opinion in a lot of these questions. It's just about how well can you argue it in 30 seconds. So flip the coin beforehand. And Matty, you get to make the choice on this very first question on if you're red or if you're dead. So there are going to be 2 captains that will be unavailable for selection in this match today. Jack Grealish and Jordan Henderson. Which player will be a bigger loss for their selective side? Are you red in favor of Jordan Henderson, or are you dead in favor of Jack Grealish?
Red all the day.
Ritchie, you get to argue the importance of Jack Grealish to this Aston Villa side. Are you ready?
I am, yeah.
30 seconds, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
So Jack Grealish really needs no introduction at all. He almost single-handedly kept Aston Villa up last season by the skin of their teeth. This season, he's gone on to record 22 games, score 6 goals and 10 assists. Jack Grealish is Aston Villa. He is their heartbeat. He is one of the most fantastic young players in England at the moment. He registers in the 88th percentile in terms of assists, and his goal ratio is actually better than Henderson as well.
Time. Wow, that was very, very well timed, Ritchie, as always. Matty, good opening argument there. Are you going to be able to capitalize even if you're a bit tired?
I don't know. I was always concerned coming into it because I know Richie's good at it, but I don't know if
All right. Jordan Henderson in 30 seconds. Matty, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Although Jack Grealish does have a better goal, we're saying Jordan Henderson's more of like a holding midfielder, more of a leader. We're talking about a Premier League, Champions League, Cup, World Cup and Super Cup winning captain here. Even just missing him, you're missing his passes and his team play. He's more of a team player. Averages 86.43 passes per game and 84 long ball passes per game. When you're taking that out of your team, he's like a quarterback. He is just an absolute monster, and he's proved every doubter wrong in recent years. Jordan Henderson is one of them.
This is I always say it every time. I always say it once today, how much I hate having to make a decision because the arguments are going to be great, as always. I really struggle here. So Ritchie had dropped the great percentile statistic, had the numbers. And I think Matty hit a bit more on what will be missed. I think Ritchie, you established that Jack Grealish is a great player, but it's like, yeah, he's just going to be missing. Versus I think Matty hit more on what is actually going to be missing. And I think for that reason, I'm going to give him just a very slight edge in this one for the point there. So Matty, 1-0 edge there. But Ritchie, it's your choice now on the next question. So definitely not a bad spot to be in. So this next one definitely could be, it's going to be interesting is what I'll say. There were 2 signings in the summer window. It was probably like August, October time when these signings were made. 2 players were brought in forwards for both of these sides. Diogo Jota for £35 million. Ollie Watkins for £25 million. Which was a better piece of business? Watkins, dead, or Jota, red? Ritchie?
I really, I quite like both in fairness, but I've got to go red. But I do like both signings, so this will be a close one, I think.
Definitely will be a close one. A lot of different ways you get to argue it. So, Matty, you get to argue why Ollie Watkins better piece of business than Jota. You ready?
Yeah.
30 seconds in 3, 2, 1, go.
Ollie Watkins, everyone always says, if you can do it in the Championship, can you come up to the Premiership and do it? He got an hat-trick against us, let's not forget. Played 29 games this season, got 11 goals and 3 assists, and he averages 0.38 goals per game. This is an Aston Villa team who have battled relegation last year. They brought Ollie Watkins in, and now the mid-table, even challenging the top 6 for European place. Completely revolutionised Aston Villa, him and Jack Grealish, and I think, for me, he's the buy of the summer. He's absolutely world-class, and he's just proved that you can make that.
I think I'm hearing a timer on Matty's end, which is very clever. I really dig that strategy. Ritchie, how are you feeling?
Yeah, all right. I think amazing argument for Watkins. I do think he's a quality player, so hopefully I can try to persuade you that Jota was a better signing.
I mean to stress you out, but last time out, Matty jumped up to a 2-0 lead, and he got the choice third time out again, I think. So,
wow.
30 seconds on Jota. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
So Diogo Jota is not just an attacking player. He can play anywhere across the front three, and he scores goals. He's an impact player. We saw it on his return against Arsenal, where he notched 2 goals in very quick succession. He changed the game, and he made a very comfortable a difficult game, a comfortable game in the end when he came on. He has 12 goals this season already, which is far more than Sadio Mane. He also assists, and he finds himself into the percentile range of non-penalty goals in the 99th percentile. Diogo Jota is one for the future, and he's...
I get that feeling when you're like, ugh, I just have one less thing to get out. Wow, this is... I'm breaking my rule. It's annoying having to make this pick.
Both world-class players, to be fair.
And so young as well. It's not even as if you can say, like...
Yeah. Both
their prime. They're both yet to hit their prime, so...
Yeah. I don't know if I would call Ollie Watkins world-class. So I think that that statement from Matty right at the end it made me feel a little... And I think I'm going to give just the ever so slight edge to Ritchie to draw a 1-1. But I can make dozens of arguments why each were great. But I think in 30 seconds, you'd be hard-pressed to find a better way to organize the arguments than you both did. So great center as always. But Matty, back to you, your choice. This one's another interesting question. It could just be a bad one. It could just be a stinker. So obviously last game there was a 7-2. It's not a fun game to watch for Liverpool fans. Very fun for a Villa fan. So what happened last game? Were Liverpool that bad, or were Aston Villa that good? And so the way that will be framed is Liverpool were bad, dead, or Villa were just better, red. So you're kind of backing your boys a little bit that it wasn't as bad. Matty, does that question make sense to you?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Which would you be taking?
Liverpool were just that bad.
So you're taking dead in this case?
Yeah.
So that means you get to argue this first. Are you ready? In 30 seconds about why it was just a bad day for Liverpool.
Yeah.
I'm going to have you going in 3, 2, 1, go.
It was just a bad day at the office for Liverpool. I think we knew when Adrian started that we were probably going to have a tough game. I don't think we expected a 7-2 game, but like for the rest of the season, people have been saying, "Oh, how bad Liverpool have been." But let's not forget in that game we had Van Dijk and Gomez starting, so it's just a bad day at the office. I do think the midfield of Fabinho, Wijnaldum, and Keita we've seen against Real Madrid doesn't work, and we've first seen it this season against Villa not working. I think Villa were very good, but I think Liverpool should have won that game comfortably. And when you bring in,
good argument, Ritchie. Why Villa were just that much better on the day? 30 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, go.
I think Matty hit the nail on the head there. We still had Van Dijk and Gomez as two world-class centre-back pairings. Aston Villa were that good. They managed to break that high line that have managed to come up against all of the best teams. Bayern Munich, we managed to beat them with all of those high lines. Jack Grealish had a hand in 5 goals that day, scoring 2 and assisting 3. Ollie Watkins, a championship player, coming up and scoring a hat-trick against us. Aston Villa were on fire. Liverpool were not at the races at all.
Time. Well argued there, Richie.
Hard question, that one.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if it came across as well as it could, but I think you guys both argued it tremendously. You were both victims of just a bad question from me, and you both, I think, knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
I loved what Richie did. And I always love whenever the person who goes second kind of takes the first person's response and kind of twists it into their own narrative. I think that's a very clever way to do. But I can't obviously give the point solely on that, because then it'd just be whoever goes second always wins, you know? I think bringing up the Virgil and Gomez point initially was a very smart point by Matty, and I'm going to give him the point for that. He takes back the lead 2-1. But again, this is like, if I was to do a poll on who won those, it would be dead on 50-50, and I have to be the tiebreaker, which is a very fun position to be in. So, Richie, choice is back to you. Now down 2-1, so you know that obviously it's match point time for Matty. He gets one more point, he wins. I'm going to add some context to this question. One of my favorite statistics, it's kind of a dumb one, but post-shot expected goal plus minus essentially measures for a goalkeeper, after a shot has happened, what was the chance of that happening? And on an entire year, how many goals were you expected to concede versus how many did you actually concede? So a positive number means that you conceded blank amount of goals less than you should have. Are you with me?
Just about.
I think so.
Emiliano Martinez leads the league in plus 8.8 in that statistic. So essentially, he has conceded 8 less goals than he was expected to for an average goalkeeper in his position.
Mm-hmm.
Allison, in comparison, is at plus 3.8, so half, but still in the positive. And Allison has been victim to a few mistakes this year. I think against Madrid didn't have the greatest performance. Against City had a few mistakes. Obviously against Leicester had a few mistakes in him. So it has not been a great year for him. Leads the league in mistakes leading to shots, posting shots. So who would have Liverpool been better off with this year? Emiliano Martinez or Allison? Same events transpire. You lose Virgil against Everton. You lose Gomez at the international break. But you have Martinez in the sticks to this point versus Allison. Are they better off point-wise, or are they worse off with Martinez or Allison? Are you red or are you dead?
I am going to go dead.
With Martinez.
I am. I've just done I've just written the match preview for the game, like, you know, little plug in there as well, and I did focus on Emi Martinez, so I'm just pulling that. Just going to recycle.
After you're done watching this, LFCTransfer.com, SI.com. I don't know what the slash is after that, but go check that out from Richie. So you get to argue that first about Martinez.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
So as Jack said, he doesn't only just lead the way in terms of goals per shots. Emi Martinez has 14 clean sheets this season, and that is only one away from ex-Red Brad Friedel's record at Aston Villa with 15. Emi Martinez has been the difference. Again, we know that Aston Villa were very fortunate last season to escape relegation, but he's brought solidity at the back. Alisson has been nowhere near as good. He doesn't come under enough scrutiny for me, and he has made mistakes that have cost us games. Martinez doesn't.
Time. Well done. Well done. Well argued. I believe you have a timer going off. No, that's Matty or Richie.
It's not me.
Not me.
Matty, is that you?
Is it you?
We'll move swiftly onwards from that. Matty, you ready?
Yeah, I mean, Emi Martinez is boss, so I'm not confident, but I'm ready.
Why, Allison? We're better off with him. In 3, 2, 1, go.
I think with Alisson, you're best off with him in terms of not just this season, in terms of every season. I mean, this is the fellow who won us the Champions League, in my opinion, with that save against Napoli. We wouldn't have progressed further. Man of the match performance in Madrid as well. Won us the Premier League last year. Yeah, he's not having the best year this year, but none of the players are. There's COVID. He's lost members of his family and stuff. So I don't think his head's all there. But I do think he's still the best choice. He's the best goalkeeper in the world, in my opinion, and nobody else comes close.
Time. Yeah, I just realized when I credited Matty, I think, for a timer going off, that was just mine. I'm an idiot. It's too early here in the United States. No, those are two great arguments again. And I think in slight to promote ourselves, I think the facts brought by Ritchie, I digged him. He brings it back to home.
I agree.
Yeah, I was like I said when I wrote the preview, his stats are actually quite shocking, like as in world class shocking. They're like, wow, this is what did Arsenal do? Like, why have they let him go? Yeah.
He played against us in what game was it last year? Well, no, it was in the FA Cup final when he won the FA Cup. He played a blinder, and then they saw
injured. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think wasn't he in that match when they beat us right after we won the title? I believe.
Yeah, he was world class in that as well.
Yeah.
Well, here's now 2-2. Meaning this is the deciding point. So I'm going to do another coin toss for you, Ritchie, as the most defending champion. Will you take heads or tails?
Heads.
Very consistent. Flip a coin. It is tails again, so you've lost 2 in a row. So now, Matty, do you want to choose for this next question, or do you want to defer the choice?
I want to choose.
And I think you both want to know what this question is. Experienced veterans of the show, who will win? Later today, will it be Aston Villa or will it be Liverpool?
Liverpool.
Ritchie, you get the argument. Why Villa will beat Liverpool in 30 seconds for the final 30-second argument of today. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
There's too much pressure on Liverpool at the minute. They have 180 minutes to define their season, and I think the occasion is going to get to them as it has done for most of the season. Liverpool can do the double. Villa can do the double over Liverpool for the first time since 1992, and they've won their last 6 games out of their last 13 away from home. Liverpool are without a win at Anfield in 8. Only one longer run than that was in 1951. Expect that run to be extended today because Ollie Watkins is on fire. He's hit the woodwork 7 times already. Expect him to squat this time.
Matty, won't delay. Last argument of the day. You ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
The Liverpool team that we've all known and love is a team that works better under pressure. If you look at the Champions League finals, prime example against Real Madrid, I feel as though we were a lot better than we was against Tottenham because the pressure was on us. This Aston Villa side has actually recently been beat by Tottenham, by Sheffield United. It's had draws against Brighton, it's had draws against Wolves. I think, and the fact they're missing Jack Grealish, yeah, they've got a world-class keeper, but I think Liverpool have got a point to prove, especially after that performance against Real Madrid midweek and having Real.
Wow. Tough as hell. It is going to be a good game, I think, and that does make it a tougher argument for both sides because I think there's reason for positive and negative. I think the reason I'm going to make this decision here is that there was a lot of bigging his side up in comparison to having to pull the other side down. Said why his side will win rather than why the other side may lose. And Ritchie, it's been a tremendous run, but it comes to an end. Matty takes the win here. Congratulations.
I don't think I did that one, to be fair.
It was close, man. I could have gone either way on so many of those. So I think just credit to both of you for both being incredibly enunciable, if that's even a word, on the take. But Ritchie, your thoughts immediately following this defeat?
It's fair enough. I do think Liverpool churn out a win today. And I think, like I said at the start, we have 180 minutes to define our season. And, if we don't win today and we don't win against Madrid, I think that's Champions League qualification over. So hopefully, Matty's right. And, we do perform well under pressure, and that carries on again today because we need to. Simple as that. We need a win today.
Makes me feel good about picking him as the right opinion that you also agree with a little bit. But Matty, congratulations. Ritchie, I'm sure we'll have you on again. But Matty will be our defending champion for our next match, which will be against Madrid. I think we'll do one before that next match in the midweek. But, Ritchie, you said it yourself, 180 minutes and the season will be defined. So the pressure is ramped up. The question is, can the squad live up to that deep amount of pressure? That is going to do it for our Red or Dead for today. As always, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me, gentlemen. Before the match today, make sure to check out Ritchie's pre-match content. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more stuff, both as the live stream we're going to have today, before and after the match, as well as content generally around the Liverpool Football Club. But for myself, Jack, for Matty, and for Ritchie, this has been the LFC Transfer Room. Take care.